Hey everyone there, this is introducing you to database and this video is majorly meant on database. As I talk of database, it's a collection of organized information, a collection of organized data for a certain company, for a certain business, for a certain group, for a certain project. Yeah, you might be having an industry. So database is majorly meant to keep records and to keep more records and records of a business. However, I'm going to start on yeah introducing to you a simple database here whereby it's an academic project. Yeah, it's an academic project and it's my academic project and it's a security database. Here we are going to start with the report of the security database. These are my names. Yeah, we continue. We have declaration, we have abstract, then we have approval, then we have acknowledgement, then we have contents. These contents we are going to deep in details. Yeah, there is selection of database. There is number 2, developing a business case. There is number 3, creating database design. This is going to be on both logical and physical design of a database. We are going to see the implementation, screenshots, and some others. Then finally, we are going to look at the bibliography. Majorly selecting the database project, it depends on your project. Maybe you might be having a school, that one is your project. Maybe you might be having a hospital, that is your project. Maybe you might be having an industry, that is your project. So how can you keep that information of your project? How can you register your your customers, your clients, based on the new technology system? Yeah, so here mine is security database project and it's a learning project. So as we continue, you see this list. There are very many possible database systems applicable in this area, but majorly my focus is going to be on relation database management systems, and I'm going to look on MySQL because for it it's free. It has strong security features such as encryption, that is encrypted well, it's kept well with passwords, login pages, and whatever. It's even widely supported by a large community of developers. Yeah, so this is a very good system. So as we continue, we have a security database business case, and this case is majorly built on system application domain that keeps records. Then we have analysis of benefits, majorly ending in security and terrorism in the country, because security developing a world of patriotism like that, elimination of corruption figures in the country. So this is how my system is based on. Then we have the analysis of costs. We have cost benefit analysis, which is estimated. Then we have other fields here. Then we're having limitation of the system, lack of real-time updates, like you find a system, an incident occurs, then it takes some time without being updated, in order to sort that one. So that one is also a limitation. We have limited flexibility. We have inability to handle complex relationships, as so many as you can see. Let's continue and move to the logical design of a system. I've told you earlier logical design of a system. Here you are looking at the entities, the list of entities or the tables. I'm having deployment, equipment, operations, personnel, security incidents, training, then units. Yeah, these are the entities and the attributes. As you can see, deployment is going with ID, deployment name, deployment type, start date, end date. So these are the tables you create according to the system you're having, according to the company that you're having. So majorly this is based on the kind of a project you're having, the kind of the entities you want to make for your project. Yeah. So this is done. So we go and check on the entity relationships. We have binary relationships, which are one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many relationships. We might be having, we have unary relationships. Majorly an entity has a relationship with itself. Then we are having ternary relationships, whereby you find that here, this is a relationship between two entities or tables. An entity can be also called a table, as we are going to be looking at a localhost WAMP, because it's what I'm using majorly for my data. So we move to multiplicities, then we have entity relationship diagrams, then we have the user interface. Majorly now here we are talking on the user interface, the login page, control features, the navigation bars that help us to navigate per page, per login page, per page, yeah, or per registration list. Yeah. Then we are having database schema, which is falling under the physical design. Yeah. We're having deployments, entity, like the way you see these are my tables, and they are attributes tables, and they are relationship connected. Yeah. We can try even to generate some of forms, then we have reports, then we have queries. Yeah. So as we move the description of queries and reports, we have queries, then we have reports. So this information is also necessary. However, we are passing through this information. I will come to you back in details and explain more. Yeah, this is the implementation of the screenshots. Here we go in my SQL console. You can also create a database, but however, I used Visual Studio Code, but I first developed it in SQL console, as I'm going to demonstrate for you as we are going. So this is the index containing my tables, or that is going to be linking you to the pages where we put information. Yeah, this is the registration form deployment, and here you can see the navigation bars I've been talking about. These are screenshots, so we are going to see more and look in details. This is my WAMP localhost server that I use majorly to record my information, and that is kept safe on a localhost server. Yeah. So then the bibliography is a report author's name, Ashaba Augustus, report title, security database project report, then publication date, you see, then page numbers, they are 27, and they are finished. So now I'm going to take you straight away to the MySQL console, and this MySQL console, it's just, we are going to pick some retro samples of it. MySQL console, and we are going to pick some little sample of it. I use root, yeah, so that we can continue password. So here you issue a command, show databases. Yeah, so these are the databases so far I'm having, but majorly I'm dealing with security database. Yeah, so I'm going to issue a command, use security. I'm going to issue a command, use security database. So now it opens database, change the security database. So here, from this now, I'm going to show the tables of this database, the one that we call entities. Yeah. So show tables. So these are the tables. We have deployment, we have equipment, we have operation, we have personal security incidents, then we have training, we have unit. So you can also continue and display, select one table here. So I'm going to say display, let me use deployment as I issue a command. So this is the deployment with its attributes. You see it's the int, var character, then we have date, int, date, then we have it's a primary key and it's auto increment. So we can also select, we go in details, select from deployment, measure and see the information inside this one. So this is the information whereby it is having military, air forces, then start date, then we have end date, then we have unit involved. Yeah, you see here, we have security, we have marine forces, we have submarine trainings. This is the start date, end date, and this one. So this was just a start. So as we continue, I'm going to show you the real database I created from VS Code, Visual Studio Code. I used Visual Studio Code, and majorly this is my workspace whereby I'm having deployment. As this one is the codes that will link you to the form that you're going to be filling, that the form that a person can fill as long as he's interested in deployment. We have equipment. This is also a form. It is showing connection. Then we are having, these ones are parameters, as we're going to be seeing the other side. And these are styles of my SQL forms. However, we are going to continue now from this side of the codes. So this is what comes out after coding this one. You come here and you search for your database on a local host, which is localhost, and mine is, you search localhost security database. So when you enter, they are going to bring, it displays the index of security database. This is the index. So this index is containing the entities, it's containing the tables. So we are going to open like deployment, and we open deployment. So this one is a registration form for deployment, as you can see. So for this information here, it's a panel footer named Ashaba Augustus. So these on top are called navigation bars. So these ones help you to navigate on each and every form without moving back. Like, let me say now I'm in deployment form. Yes, so registration form, deployment, and I want to go on training. So I want to go back, instead I just click on training. So you see it is changing name: registration form training, registration form unit, registration form personnel, and each one of it comes with its own attributes: full name, rank, unit, date of birth, information, like that. So as we do on equipment, so I can go on equipment and I type machine gun, yeah, then equipment name, I can name it M7, M60, then I go on unit, I assign it unit 2, then I go on status, I assign it working. Then when I submit, it is going to bring this information: equipment submitted successfully, and leaving space for another person to come and enter the information. So this form is built once and finished. So let's try to go and check in our localhost WAMP and see if our message is there or if our information is there. So you come, click on my PHP, my admin, user, root, no password. So you come and select security database, which is here. So guys, these are the list of my tables, or we can call them entities. and their attributes. So when I try to select deployment, it is going to show the information that I've been keeping in my security database. So this is the information. You see there is ID, there is military, deployment name, it's military, deployment type, Air Forces, start date, you see the date, end date, this is the date, unit involved, unit 2, like that one. Deployment name, we deployed cadets and land force, then start date, end date, like that. So this is a list of my entities. However, here you can drop, you can delete, like I can delete this one, I choose to delete this one, then it goes away. So with database you can delete and again form or create new tables. So as I come and keep doing those tutorials, so this is the way how I managed to come with this one. So when you go, you can come here and go on registration, maybe or on equipment, and we submitted. So we come back to our local host and we check on equipment. After reaching equipment, you refresh. Yeah, after refreshing, it is going to come. It's already here. It's ID number 4, machine gun M60, and it's working, and it has been assigned unit 2. So that's all. I wish you a great time. We meet next time. Yeah.